Now we're getting into bronzer, contour, and blush. There is a difference. So contouring is helping create a symmetrical face shape, or help, whether it's elongating the face, slimming the face, or slimming down certain features of the face like the forehead and the nose. There is a couple different types of contour bronzers available. One would be the cream variety, cream to stick, and then one is the powder. Again, the cream you'll want to use if you're going with more of a luminous, dewy, liquid foundation and you're not setting it with powder. I would definitely go with this. It'll give it more of a sheer, hydrated, dewier finish. If you're looking for more of a powdery, airbrushed, matte satin effect, then I would definitely go with the powder. And these are super blendable, super easy to use. So we're going to be using this for this demonstration. I will be doing a 5-minute quick face look in my private Facebook group that you are invited to attend in the future, where I can show you how to use the bronzer and the highlighter sticks to create, like I said, a very quick, even, glowing face for a 5-minute face on the go. And with the powder or the cream bronzer and highlighter, again, I would use a beauty blender to just press and bounce it off it. Bounce it and just blend in that way with the beauty blender. For the powders, I have a couple of my top recommendations. One of these is, again, the oval brush. And it's really good with a narrow applicator to just go in right here. Or we have one here with the same makeup brush set that I've used from Amazon. You see it's a little more angled. And this is a little thicker, which is great for like blending in, but I would probably use like the edge of it for the cheekbones. And bronzer, the contouring is really good to create the illusion of cheekbones when you don't have them, especially on more round face shapes. And for applying bronzer, you want to create like a 3. So you're going to start right here and go down, and then you're going to use your contour right here, and then the jawbone. And in the private Facebook group, I will be showing different images of how to contour and highlight based on your specific face shape. So I'm going to go in with our darkest shade right here. And I'm going to start with the forehead. And then also, bronzing and contouring, if you're not trying to... So contour is, like I said, to help contour and create the face shape. Bronzer is more so just to add warmth to the face. So instead of like a blush, you could use bronzer on your cheeks. So I'm going to go right here. And I'm going to go a little bit on the forehead, especially when you're shooting videos. Or your forehead is a little bit on the bigger side. I like to go in with contour the top of the forehead. So I'm just going to push back my hair and just blend it in. You can see. And just put a little bit on this side. And you don't want to, and you want to blend it to the hairline, just so you don't get any like demarcation, or yeah, you want it to all blend into the hairline. See there? So now that we've gotten the forehead area, I'm going to blend in a little bit more. Now we're going to go to the cheeks. And you want to like kind of suck in your cheeks and kind of find where your cheekbones would be. So it's going to be right here. And again, you want to go towards, you want to blend out towards the jawline, or towards the hairline. And this just makes it super easy to apply. And again, you want to apply a little bit at a time and then add accordingly, because it's a lot easier to blend in and add little by little, as opposed to putting on way too much and then trying to take it off. Okay. And just kind of blend upward a little bit. And I'm going to apply blush, so it's not going to look so harsh. And do a little bit more. Okay, and then I'm going to do the jawline. You want to make sure you blend, blend, blend. I have to remind myself this. The beauty is in the blend. So I'm just going to blend this contour color along the jawbone. And I'm just kind of going. Alright. I'm going to do the other side. See there? Just kind of even them out a little bit. And then, like I said, as I add in the blush on top, it's all going to come together. And then just blend at the jawline. Okay, and then lastly, if you want to, some people like to use contour to just slim the edges of your nose. You can use your fingertip or like a smaller brush. I'm just going to use a little bit of my fingertip right here. Just go down the brush, and then after you go down the sides, you're going to go right at the tip, under the tip of the nose. And see what a slimming effect it has. So ideally with your makeup, you want to create the focal point, the attention of the your face down the center. And so now that is done, I'm going to go in and use my dual-sided brush to kind of use this lightest highlighter color up here, right here in the center of the face. Again, you can use like a strobing, like a highlighter, and I'm actually going to use our strobing cream to create a dewy highlighter on the face, but this is just a way to do it, where it's more satiny matte. Just a little bit in the center of the forehead. You want to create dimension, because sometimes when you wear a foundation and you don't put any blush or highlighter, you just look very one-dimensional and very flat. So this helps create realistic dimensions to the face once you've kind of evened the surface with your foundation. Put a little bit at the cupid's bow, and so I'm just using the other side of that brush I was using for my powder. And then the chin. And again, I'm just kind of using a little bit right under the eye area, right up here. Some people, especially if you have a lot more fine lines, you may not want to go that route. And I'm going to have more videos in my private Facebook group for those with more mature skin and adjustments to make from beyond what I'm showing here. So that the highlighting part is done. I will go in after I put on blush, I'll add in a little more of the dewy highlighter to the apples of the cheeks. Now I'm going to use a blush brush like this, just kind of like a little of a curved tip. And again, just use a little bit and then add gradually. I'm using our blush in Rose Jam. It actually came in the Beauty Influencer kit, and it's a really nice, universal, kind of neutral blush. So I'm just going to tap off the excess. And then with blush, you want to apply to the apples of your cheeks. So when you smile, right here is like the fullest part, and then gradually blend backwards. And just kind of tap and press all the way backwards. Let me see here. And you don't want to go too high, because then you're getting up to here, and you want that area to kind of, like I said, be brighter and look some more upwards. Okay. And you just want to blend that way. Okay, now we're going to go with the left cheek. And you're kind of blending this in with the contour that you created. Blend all the way outwards. So that is the blush and the contour. And lastly, again, this is optional. I'm going to use our strobing primer, but I want to use it on top to create a highlight. You could use a powder highlight, especially if, because I'm using all powders here, I could opt to use a powder or this cream, because it does apply very smoothly. It applies smoother, and it's you don't get too much of pulling up of the powder that's already on the face. You just apply with a light tapping motion. So I'm just going to put a little bit right there. A little bit right there. A little bit on the center of the nose. And it just has these really pretty light reflecting particles to just give that glowy finish. Just kind of press it in, tap it in with my fingertip. Or you could use a beauty blender brush and just bounce it off. You can see there. And then here, just press and bounce. Okay. Then I'm going to put a little bit more at the center of the forehead and the chin. Just take very small amounts. Chin, Cupid's bow, center of the forehead. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender. Just gently balance it. And if you do want a little bit more on the above the blush, on the higher part of your cheekbones, you can apply more. And you can even apply a little bit right here as well, right above the brow bone. So that is it for contour, blush, and actually highlighting. So next up, we're going to get to the eyebrows and the eyes.